Hello classmates! Welcome back to my channel. Ngayon magdi-discuss tayo tungkol sa business documents. Pero before that, make sure lang na nakasubscribe ka na at nakahit na yung notification bell para updated ka sa ating mga accounting videos. Alright? So, ang lahat ng business transactions ay kailangan supported yan ng printed forms or documents. Kasi itong mga documents, sila yung nagpro-provide ng information at ma-record siya sa journal entry or journal book, which is the process of recording transaction. Kasi yung business documents, siya yung nagpapakita kung ano yung binili, kung magkano binili, kung saan binili, at kung legit ba na binili siya. No? So classmates, yung mga business documents natin, ito yung nagpro-provide ng evidence of business transactions. If anyone questions the accounting records, these documents can be used to verify accuracy of the accounting records. For this reason, source documents are filed for possible future reference. Kinokolekta natin yung mga business documents for future reference kasi nga, example, si BIR, classmates. If classmates, si BIR nagtanong kung ba't ganito nung yung na-record, ba't ganito lang, ba't ganitong amount lang, sasabihin natin kay BIR, Mr. or Sir or Ma'am sa BIR, ito po yung resibo na nagpapatunay na ito yung amount na binili siya noong taong 2000X or 2020 at yung resibo po is considered as official receipt. No? So having objective evidence that the transaction occurred is an important accounting concept kasi nga yun yung trabaho ni accounting, mag-record at mag-summarize. No? So yun classmates, sa succeeding section na ito, i-illustrate natin at i-explain natin ang nature and uses of most commonly used business documents or papers. Simulan natin classmates sa sales invoice or purchase invoice. Ano nga ba ang sales invoice? So sa picture na to, ito yung example ng sales invoice. After a sale has taken place daw, after magkaroon ng sales transaction, si seller mag-i-issue ng isang business form na tinatawag ding invoice, classmate. Invoice. This invoice shows information about the seller and the buyer in terms of sales, articles sold, the unit price, and the total amount due including VAT if applicable. No? The invoice nagsisilbi ang evidence ng isang sale transaction that has taken place. So from the standpoint of the seller, the invoice is a sales invoice. Tandaan nyo yan classmates. As invoice which be considered a sales invoice from the standpoint of the seller. Kung ikaw si seller, tawag mo sa ini-issue mo sa mga bumibili is the sales invoice. No? If ikaw naman si buyer, if standpoint mo ay if ang point of view mo ay buyer, classmates, this is called a purchase invoice. So iba pala yung point of view ng dalawa. If ikaw si seller, sales invoice yung tawag dyan. If ikaw naman si buyer, purchase invoice. Okay? So yan, nagpapakita pala siya ng mga terms of sales, kung sino yung name ni buyer, kung ilan yung nabenta, yung unit price, yung total amount due, yung VAT, pinapakita din dito. Punta naman tayo sa pangalawang business document, classmates. No? Ito yung official receipt. Official receipt is issued every time payment in cash or check is received by a business entity. It shows the date and from whom the payment is received, the nature of transaction, and the signature of the person who received the payment. No? So classmates, itong official receipt ay ini-issue lang pag nagbayad na si buyer. No? Kung ikaw sa seller, mag-i-issue ka na ng official receipts upon the payment thereof. No? So, if makikita mo, if bumibili ka ng mga materials, for example, ng plywood or something, mga kahit anong binibenta, usually meron niyang official receipt kung binabayaran mo palagi. If hindi mo naman babayaran kaagad, i-issuean ka muna ng sales invoice. This is to prove na meron kang transaction, meron kang sale transaction. But the official receipt refers to the payment. So, tandaan nyo yan, classmates, payment. No? Either cash or check. No? Kasi di naman lahat may dalang pera or may dalang cash. Meron ding cash through online or checks or bank transfers. Any proof of payment sa official receipt. Okay, classmates? Alright. So, yung next natin na business document, classmate, is yung check. Ano nga ba ang check? Ito ba yung kabaliktaran ng wrong?
Nangyayari nga sa akin yun. Kaya nga, nararamdaman mo.
Wala. So, a check po, classmate, is a business document used to pay or settle an obligation or kaya utang, classmates. So, it is used to bayad some utang.
Are you accusing my taxation?
Arising from purchase of goods or services. Isa siyang negotiable instrument. If pumunta kayo sa higher accounting, which you will discuss in negotiable instrument law or law 3 yata yan. Yung negotiable instrument, isang whole subject yan. Dinidiscuss sa isang SEM. No? So, isa sa mga sample ng negotiable instrument, meaning, para siyang pera. Para siyang pera pero ibang klaseng pera. No? So, it is a negotiable instrument that evidences an order to the bank by the person to pay the bearer or the payee named in the check on the date and amount indicated therein. Once the payer paid the payee, the amount is deducted from the deposit maintained by the payer with the bank.
Galing ha?
Oh, ang dami. May bearer, may payee, may payer. So, i-overview lang natin, no? Yung payer ay yung magbabayad, habang yung payee ay yung tatanggap ng bayad. Habang yung bearer naman is yung may hawak ng negotiable instrument or yung cheque. Kung ikaw yung may hawak ng cheque, pupunta ka sa BDO or sa any bank, you are considered a bearer thereof. Ikaw yung nagbayad. Pag payee, ikaw yung makakakolekta ng bayad. No? So, wag kang malilito, classmate. Next natin is cash register slip. Ano nga bang cash register slip? A cash register slip evidences the money received from the sale of goods or services coming out from automated cash register. Parang Jollibee, no? Example, nag-order ka sa Jollibee, yung nire-release nila is cash register slip. Pero it is considered pa rin as an official receipt, no? Tingnan mo, bumili ka sa Jollibee ng McFloat. Joke lang. Siyempre, bibili ka sa Jollibee ng Jollibee fries or Jolly Fries, no? Tignan mo yung babang portion ng official receipt ng Jollibee or any fast food chains or any tindahan na nagre-release ng cash register slip. Makikita mo doon nakalagay, this serves as your official receipt. Wow! So, isa siyang alternative as an official receipt kasi it is from an automated cash register. Yung next natin na business documents, classmates, is the bank deposit slip. So, ang bank deposit slip is a proof when money is deposited with the bank. So, the bank deposit slip is filled up showing the date, account number, name of the depositor, nature of deposits, and amount. So, classmate, if naka-experience ka ng mag-deposito sa bangko, parang at first, nakakahiya, medyo natatakot ka, or you are so nervous pagdating mo sa bangko. Pero pag fill up mo, ay, ganyan lang pala, binibigay lang sa teller. So, isa siyang proof of transaction, yung deposit payment slip. So, usually, if pupunta ka sa bangko, magdi-deposit ka, you will receive an e-copy or another copy of your deposit slip para makita mo doon kung ano talaga yung pumasok na pera sa iyong bangko if magdi-deposit ka. Ano naman, classmate, yung statement of account. So, classmate, ang statement of account ay isang source document na nagpapakita ng iyong bills or statements, no? To inform the customer. If ikaw si seller, i-inform mo si customer kung ilan yung babayaran niya. Pinakasikat dito sa statement of account is yung tubig at kuryente natin, mga classmates. So, classmates, tignan mo sa ref. Meron yang bills or statement of account. Makikita mo doon ilan yung babayaran mo. Kasi sa electricity naman pinapagamit ka niya eh. Use now, pay later. Ganun sa electricity. Tsaka si tubig, no? So, kakatok yan. Magbabahay-bahay yan yung mga taga-electric company or si water district, no? Magbibigay sila ng billing statement or tinatawag din na statement of account. So, dito naka-indicate magkano yung babayaran mo and all. So, mag-prepare ka na. It is kanang early announcement or early notification that you have pending or outstanding liabilities. So, next natin, classmates, yung business documents. Another business document is the promissory note. Ano nga ba ang itsura ng promissory note? Ganito yan, mga classmates. So, ang promissory note is a written promise by one party called the maker, usually the debtor, to pay a certain specified sum to another called the payee at a certain future time. Example, pinaka-best na example dito, hihiram ka ng ballpen ng classmates mo. So, sinabihan ka, classmate, hiram ako ballpen. Pero ikaw, isa kang accounting student. Pinasulat mo muna ng promissory note bago ka magpahiram ng ballpen. So, sabi ni classmate mo, I promise to pay or I promise to return your ballpen after our class due today by signature ng iyong classmate. So, dito pinapromise ka ni classmate na isusoli na yung ballpen mo pagkatapos ng klase. Yung next na business transaction na i-discuss natin is the cash voucher. Ano nga ba ang cash voucher? A document that evidences settlement of debt or payment for services or goods received. This is used when the company pays in cash or when suppliers of goods or services do not like to accept checks of the company. So, yung iba kasi hindi tumatanggap ng cheque. So, yung cheque parang good as cash naman yan, di ba? So, yung iba tumatanggap lang talaga ng cash kasi yung cheque, i-represent mo pa yan kay bank. Whereas yung cash, pwede mo na yung ipambili sa tindahan. So, yung last na i-discuss nating business documents is the most relevant siguro. This is most common in every business entity. Ito yung petty cash voucher. From the word itself, petty, meaning maliliit na amounts or small amounts, a petty cash voucher is used to evidence payment made out of a petty cash fund. So, every business, if malalaking business, meron talaga silang petty cash fund. Dito kinukuha nila yung mga maliliit na mga disbursements like bibili ka lang ng stapler, scotch tape, thumbtacks, and all. Or ballpen kaya. So, petty cash fund is a sum of money to settle small amount of expenses, no? Like gasolina, yung bayad sa messenger, o yung pamasahe. Dun yan kinukuha sa petty cash fund. So, the fund is usually in the custody of trusted employee or cashier of the company. No? Or sinasabi nating petty cash custodian. Ito yung nag-aalaga ng petty cash fund natin, no? So, every month or every mauubos yung petty cash fund, nire-replenish yan ni petty cash custodian. No? Dapat may mga source documents din yan. Except na lang kung mga pamasahe. So, sa petty cash voucher, nakalagay dito yung mga amount at yung mga particulars kung ano yung binili like fuel, pinamasahe mo ba yan, or pinambili mo ng gasolina, or taxi, or grab,